All right, Colorado, TCU. We stay in the Big 12. TCU 14.5-point home favorites, 58 total in this game. Dion is usually decent as an underdog since he's been at Colorado. That being said, he was a road dog at Houston just a couple weeks ago, and they got ambushed in that game, 36-20. Now, that was the game Ryan Staub started at quarterback, and Caden Salter was benched for one game, and now, of course, he's gone back to Caden Salter, the Liberty transfer for the last couple of games. There were some good moments against BYU. The offense was moving the ball. Salter was using his legs to create plays, running, mask some of those issues that the Colorado offensive line has had. We'll see if they can kind of build on that here. Even though they lost against BYU, I think there's a lot they could be optimistic about. They're 2-0 against the spread since Sam Dion went back to Salter at quarterback. TCU's coming off that gut-wrenching loss to Arizona State, 27-24. They were in control of most of that game, and Arizona State comes back and gets them at the end. Now they're laying a big number here at home. They beat SMU 35-24 in their last home game. This is the first meeting between these teams since Dion beat TCU in Boulder a couple of years ago in his Colorado head coaching debut. Remember, it was that Fox game, the very first game of the season against TCU, and Colorado won that game 45-42. This is probably TCU team total over for me. I'm kind of with our guy.
I'm on that.
I don't know how good this Colorado defense is. Once BYU got their offense going after a slow start, Colorado wasn't stopping them. Bear Bachmeier and company. So, and then you factor in that Colorado against the best offenses they played, who have they played? They gave up 27 at home to Georgia Tech. The one road game this season overall, and of course in the Big 12, Houston, they give up 36 points to the Cougars in that game. And Connor Wegman goes off for 222 through the air, and they end up having 209 on the ground as well. Couldn't stop Houston and gave up 36 points. Doesn't bode well for success against Josh Hoover and a very potent TCU attack. So TCU team total over, I think I could see that coming through here. C-Mac, what do you think? Colorado, TCU?
Yeah, I think TCU gets their team total, or even their first half. Another team that looked good early, that faded a little bit. Arizona State started to get it going. And, of course, in the end, win that game in a tight one. These two teams have a bunch of injuries. I think Colorado's defense has, been a little bit better and all right. The numbers, like you talked about, the few home games, but they still have problems. They still can't stop the run. Like, if you were this is the week to look at Hoover and some of these props. I think some of the receivers for TCU. I think they bounce back, and I think their defense has got a lot better. This is a team I never could lay points with. I really don't. I think you just take the team total instead of laying the 2 touchdowns, just to be safe. But yeah, I think they get a home win here. At least there's a good amount of points in this game.
Shout out to Oldie. What a great gesture by Oldie. Gifting 5 Hitting the Books channel memberships. Awesome stuff. Oldie.
Shout out to Oldie.
What
a real
one
right guy.
There. What a great guy, Oldie. So thank you to Oldie for doing that. There you go, gifting 5 Hitting the Books memberships for the channel. And make sure you sign up. We got lots of bonus content coming up. You name it. We're going to have Friday shows for members only at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific every Friday. Mostly NFL and college football. We'll throw in, once we get NHL and NBA going, we'll throw in a little Friday night NBA. We'll throw in a little Saturday weekend NHL bets that we like for the cards. So that'll be a fun show once we get hockey and basketball going as well. That Friday show that we're going to do for members only on the Hitting the Books channel at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. So looking forward to that. But thanks to Old E there for doing that for everybody. All right, great stuff.